Hi, and welcome to another edition of Focus on Jacksonville. I'm Dr. Keith Johnson, your host, and we're going to take you a bit of a travel if you're here in Florida. We're zooming you up to Chicago, where you can see not only my alma mater, but we're going to talk to Dr. Bravos, the Director of Development. Did I get it right, Dr. Bravos?
That's correct.
And tell us what you do. Tell us about, now you represent Judson College in Elgin. Elgin, Illinois is about 30 miles north of Chicago.
It's about 40 miles straight west of O'Hare Airport.
Cold there.
It is cold there now. It is now, we're very proud to say that just a few years ago, Judson College turned into Judson University. And as you know, it's an evangelical Christian university. It has been affiliated with the Northern Theological Seminary, a Baptist institution. And exactly 50 years ago, Judson was formulated as a spin-off from the seminary. And they were able to find a very beautiful location in Elgin, Illinois. And it's right on the Fox River, about 95 acres of some beautiful land. It's a gorgeous campus, and we're here in Jacksonville to gather some of our alums and to connect with them and let them know that we're still doing well, and we care about our alums, and we want to reconnect with them and find out how they're doing.
Let's get down to some basics that maybe we should ask. Why even think about college?
Everyone needs an education these days, as we believe that education will not only increase someone's skills, but also give them the ability to go through life in a more productive way. But as you know, Judson being a Christian university, we have two purposes. One is to be a college or a university to offer education, but another side is to also teach the Bible. And we only hire professors who are Christians, and although not all of our students confess to be Christians, they find the Lord on our campus while they're going to school there. And that's part of our mission, to serve our student body, to give them a good education in terms of 65 plus majors and programs that we offer, but we also care for them so that their spiritual upbringing and our spiritual development occurs while they're on campus.
So I guess in a way your arm really is long, in the sense that from near Chicago you're reaching down here to Florida. Is that why you're here now?
Not necessarily to gather new students from Florida, but over the course of the 50 years, a lot of our alums have gravitated toward Florida, either through their employment or through their retirement. And so we're reaching to them, and this week we have been visiting with a number of alums all the way from in Tampa and Fort Myers, in Naples, in Miami, and now up here in Jacksonville, and also we're going to do another gathering down in Orlando tomorrow.
Well, I know that because I know we haven't mentioned it yet, but this is my alumnus. I mean, that was my college, Judson. That's where I graduated college-wise, and that was Chicago weather. I lived in that Chicago weather and walked, I had to walk up and down in the snow all the time, but I finally came to Florida. Tell me about Judson. So it's a Christian school, liberal arts, I guess.
Liberal arts.
And are there a lot of new developments is this a good time to be involved in education?
Absolutely. We have a lot of new programs. As you know, music and education are two of our strengths, but the strongest program right now is the Christian architecture program. We have a lot of young adults that come to us because they're seeking that Christian architecture program that we offer, which is unique in the Midwest and probably in the country. We are very proud of that program, and that's a 6-year program with a year in between. We allow students to get their bachelor's for 4 years, then we match them with an architecture firm where they go out and do a practicum for a year, and then they can come back and do their master's for 2 more years.
Wow, some of the most beautiful buildings are in the Midwest. I suppose that would be a very good place to learn architecture.
Yes, there's a very rich architecture in Chicago. We're proud of that, but there's also a lot of different structures throughout the Midwest that we allow our students to go and visit and travel and observe. But architecture is one of the stronger programs we have. As I mentioned, we also have an athletic department, which is very strong in our soccer and basketball programs. We have many different teams for both males and females, and every year our soccer team makes it to the finals. That's hosted down here in the Orlando area.
I'll probably get hit for this, but Chicago is one of the most beautiful, busiest and finest cities to grow up in. The weather's hard, but outside of that, boy, there was no better city to grow up in. I loved it. I love Chicago.
You love Chicago.
I miss it, but I like the warm weather.
Yes.
I'm kind of a sissy, just like St. Francis.
Well, a lot, that's funny. A lot of people are proud of the extent of the 4 seasons that we get, the full 4 seasons throughout the year. Beautiful fall and spring, but of course very harsh winter, and the summers are hot as well. But there's never a dull moment in Chicago. There's so much diversity, and the weather, of course, a lot of snowbirds from Chicago come down to this area, as you know, but they always, most of the ones I know, like to have a place back up there so that they can spend at least the summers up there.
What about you, Dr. Bravas? Tell us about you. What's your background in?
Well, thank you for asking, Keith. I came to this country from Greece as an immigrant when I was in high school, and I got to know Judson College through the person who had my position at the time. And because I loved this country so much, I wanted to stay here, and he was able to give me a scholarship to play soccer at Judson. So just a few years after you graduated, I joined the programs at Judson there, and I became a full-time college student playing soccer, one of a few international students that had been on campus, and we were able to bring Judson to the front of the district at the time when we were in the consortium of schools, and because of the international students that were part of that program, we were able to make it to the top. We're very proud of that, and over the last, I would say 20 years, Judson has won 6 national championships.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that. You may want to double check that on the website, but it's all there. JudsonU.edu is our website, and we're very proud of our heritage, and we're also looking forward to our next 50 years. We recently got a new president, Dr. Gene Kroon, who was installed about 10 months ago, and he's eager to move Judson into new directions and continue it to grow.
You're right about the campus. It is beautiful. I mean, there's no question about it. It's right there on the lake, and the dorms have all that water around them. It is beautiful. I can remember, I think, if I'm right, this is a long time ago, so I'm not sure, but if I remember when I was stuck in those boys' dorms, all the girls had to go in at 10:30, and I guess that controlled the boys because we all went in 10:32 usually, although I do remember that sometimes after 10:30 we went out to eat, and you know, everybody was showing off because we were in college at the time. I can remember coming back, we were coming back to the dorm one time. It was still pretty dark, and Do they still have geese on the campus?
Yes.
We had a family of geese that stayed near the boys' dorm, and one of the guys, I can't remember who he is, but I remember what he looks like, got out and decided to chase after one of the geese. And Mom saw that.
And she went after him.
Oh man, did she go after him? She wouldn't let him up. She chased him out of that lake and pushed him around. She reminded me of some women I knew. And boy, they just never let go. But those are good experiences.
They're protective of their young ones. But
so what about? Tell me about Judson. What's one of your favorite memories?
Let's see. One of my favorite memories, academically speaking, it was probably being in Doc Ryder's class and learning how to write and compose in English. Being a foreign student, and, where English was not my first language, my native language, I had to adjust and do some extra studying just to keep up with, the English-speaking students. But I sure learned how to describe in writing how to tie your shoelaces. And you had to write one-page document of how to tie your shoelaces. That was a funny experience, but also, educational. Another fun experience I had was the blizzard of '78. Coming from Greece, I had never seen so much snow before in my life. And when we had almost, I think it was about 4 feet of snow that came down in the course of 2 days. And at the end of that snowstorm, of course, the school was shut down. And if you recall, there is a small community of trailer homes next to the campus. And the families that lived in those trailer homes panicked because of the heavy snow on top of their trailers was starting to bend their roofs. And so they came and called the college and said, do you have any helpers that can come up with, climb on top of the roofs and help us take the snow down? So I was one of the few that decided to put together a crew of students, and we went over to the trailer homes next door and we cleared all those trailers, and we made a lot of money that day. So
tell me what your job is at the school. Exactly what do you do?
yes, I'm the director of development, and in that position I'm in charge of doing fundraising and working with major donors, friends, alumni, and past parents who are willing to help increase the endowment at the university. And what that means is basically raising money to help other students that come to Judson and get scholarships so that they can get their education. Almost 95% of the students that attend Judson right now receive a form of scholarship, either through the government or through private endowed scholarships that we raise money for. And as such, we are interested in growing the size of our student body, and to do that we need additional funds to help students attend Judson each year.
Well, now that brings up a good point by itself. Somebody watching doesn't have a college experience, but decided, well, maybe I'd like to go to Judson College. How do they do that?
The first thing they have to do is go online and click on the judsonu.edu website. There is a link that's called admissions, and we have admissions for traditional undergraduate students who are just graduating from high school, most likely in their junior year because that's when they do their search, or adults who have been out in the workforce but they never finished their degree in college and they would like to go back and do that. And through those two links they can sign up, look at all the information that is necessary for admissions, fill out the paperwork, and then a counselor will call them and follow up and complete the process, make sure that the transcripts are done on time, and their life experiences could be applied toward some form of credit that can then be applied in their process of getting their education.
So somebody calls the school and says, I saw on TV that I maybe could go to Judson, could you walk me through it? And then they'll take it from there and help guide them?
It's very easy, yes. A counselor will help them understand the programs that are available that the person is interested in, such as architecture or education or childhood education or ministry, or we have so many programs that anybody could be interested in. And once they select that program that they think that's what they would like to follow, then I'm sure they will have questions, so someone will call them, contact them, fill out the application, and complete the necessary paperwork.
I think what might be a good point, Dr. Bravos, that we should mention in regards to its own public service, as this program is being filmed at this particular time, if you have a college degree, you are allowed to at least substitute teach in any city in the United States. That means that if you have no place to go or can't find a job, that you can go register at the local school or the local school county department.
Right.
And put in your name and your credentials. And once they put you through a check, you can be available for being a substitute teacher at any given time and on call. So that the point, of course, being no matter where you are, if you've taken enough time to get your Bachelor of Arts degree, tell me what Judson offers. Liberal arts?
We have 4 schools. As you know, a university graduates to become a university from a college. A college offers only one degree, where a university has multiple colleges that offer multiple degrees. So we have the College of Arts, we have the College of Education, we have the College of Architecture and Fine Arts, and Business and Leadership. So we have 4 different bachelor's degrees, and some of them also offer master's degrees. So you can get your master's in education or your master's in architecture. And recently, very recently, we just announced our PhD or doctorate degree in literature.
Let me throw in a little trick question.
Literacy, yeah.
Let me throw in a trick question here. A mother right now is cooking for her kids, has the TV on, and has 4 kids. She can't afford life the way it is. What is the potential of her going to school?
Well, for a mother with children at home right now, and most likely a computer somewhere in the house, she will be able to take some classes online and perhaps be able to finish her bachelor's degree over an online program. Judson is enhancing that. We have an online program right now, but it's traditionally has been a combination of face-to-face classes and some online courses in various programs. But now we are engaging in enhancing that program where certain degrees will be offered completely online. So they don't have to move or leave their home. They can stay at home and take courses, but of course they have to be disciplined to sit down and do the homework and turn it in on time and so forth. But it is doable. As technology is improving on a daily basis as we see it, education also will be impacted dramatically, and Judson is following suit on that, offering programs that could help people, individuals, to take classes no matter where they are in the world.
If we were going to make a safe decision, and if possible, most of our decisions should be safe, and unfortunately, because of the way our world is, they're not. One thing is for certain, a safe decision to go to college is a win-all. safe for everybody, safe for mom, safe for the kid, safe for dad, safe for a family, safe for the community. It's just one of those decisions that can't be at all negative. So I would certainly prompt, if you've got an idea that maybe you should consider college, you ought to go. You ought to call up, what about the phone number, Dr. Bravos? What is the phone number?
Judson University has a toll-free number, which I don't remember here, but the main number on campus is 847-628-2500, and that's a toll call. But on the website, we have a toll-free number that they can call.
So if they look up Judson College on the website,
They would have to look on the website called judsonu.edu. JUDSONU for university.edu. And there's another Judson College in another state, but that's a college, now we're a university. So
now Judson's name is based on what?
Judson's name was named after the first missionary out of this country. Adoniram Judson was the first Baptist missionary that left this country and went to Burma, or Myanmar as it is today, and over 200 years ago was able to translate the Bible for the locals and baptized nearly 1,800 natives in Burma. But as the first missionary, a lot of institutions in this country have been named after him, including Judson University.
The college experience is, are more people going to school or less people going to school since the last 10 years?
Well, the last 5 years we've seen a tremendous increase, especially with the downgrading of the economy, and as people have been losing their jobs, are looking at increasing their education or maybe getting into a new area and therefore going to more schooling to learn a new skill. So that the last 5 years, I would say we've seen an increase in our enrollment, and I think it's nationwide is a fact for a lot of universities.
Now you yourself are not really a native here, are you?
No, I'm a native of Greece, still have relatives there, and I like to go there every chance I get. But I love this country, and the reason I stayed in this country was because of the higher education system that I was exposed to. And I'm a lifelong learner, so I'm still learning.
Well, fortunately, I no longer have anything to learn, so I'm doing very well. But
you've known everything now, huh? You know all knowledge there.
I better not sit on that statement. The segue to that was, do you run into a lot of foreign students?
Yes, we have over, I want to say, around 60 students right now on our campus that represent about 30 different countries. And that number has been increasing over the last few years as well. So we love to have international students on campus. It's a way for us to go with, increase the diversity on our campus and also expose all the students to international cultures.
And you mentioned to me, which would be a natural development, I suppose, of any higher education, you mentioned that you had special guests that show up at the campus that you're anticipating. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, we have a program called the World Leaders Forum. It started about 4 years ago as a fundraising activity for Judson. And this forum was spearheaded by one of our alums who is on the Board of Trustees. And the idea was to bring a world leader to our campus to address our students and faculty and staff and the entire Elgin community. And the first year we had George W. Bush, and that was a fantastic event, a great fundraiser. The second year we had Mikhail Gorbachev, and the third year we had Mr. Tony Blair. Now this coming year in March, we're very excited to have Condoleezza Rice come to our campus. So the seniors this year at Judson are going to be very proud to say that they've seen 4 world leaders during their tenure at Judson while they were getting their education.
If someone here, what would it take to go to one of those seminars?
As you as an alum, it would cost you $65 to get a ticket to get in.
Do they take checks?
Of course, we take checks and credit cards and your firstborn if you want. We take this event, as you understand, it's a fundraising activity for Judson, but we also are applying a way of reaching out to the community and beyond the Elgin community into the Chicagoland area. So this year we are taking the event to the Chicago Hilton, downtown Chicago, and that's where the VIP reception is going to be, and Condoleezza Rice is going to address the audience at the Hilton as well as on our campus. So we're going to have her speak twice, once to our students, faculty, and staff in our chapel, and we hope to fill that up with about 700 people. And then the second time, the same day, she will travel downtown Chicago to address our business audience.
Oh, I think that's excellent. Is there anything you'd like to say as we close up the program? Anything on your mind that you'd like to make sure our
Yes,
viewers...
if your audience is looking for a Christian higher education institution where their children or themselves will get, we're looking to receive a good value for higher education, one of the 65 programs we offer, as well as some skills on making good decisions, solid decisions, and Christian values, then Judson College, now Judson University, should be in their horizon to explore through the website, judsonu.edu, and find out if Judson will be a good fit for them and a good place for them where they can receive that education.
Dr. Bravos, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
If you're looking for some kind of answer to direction to your life, or your kids are looking for some kind of answer, direction, or in some sense you're looking for some kind of meaning and purpose, there's no other better place than to go to college and look for it. And we're offering Judson College in Elgin, Illinois, as one of the alternatives. Now, remember this, you can simply go to the internet, look up Judson College, Judson, and it'll give you the phone numbers that you need. Anything else I could tell them?
Yes, the actual website is judsonu.edu, because we are a university now, so if you do your search on Google, you should search for Judson University. And the toll-free number is 888-537-6246.
888-537-6246.
Correct.
Good. Pick up that phone, call it. Dr. Bravos, thank you so much for being with us. We wish you great luck and great blessing on your trip and in your return to the school. Keep us living there.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to you and to your audience.
We're glad to have you.